Doc Rivers has come out in his recent post game interview and said Embiid is the obvious MVP. I'm gonna start with you again, my brother John. What is your take on it?
Yeah, he said he's the obvious MVP because he scored half of his team's points the other day.
True,
Um, is that actually him saying that this team sucks?
because what they scored
He
103 and
scored
he had 50.
52. Yeah. Is that really sounds like him saying my team sucks and it's not my fault we're losing, or we're, or not say we're not
It's
losing. I
not
mean,
his fault that they're losing.
they're third in the in the East, but it just kind of sounds like it wasn't so much a shot at look, I got one dude, what I mean, it was great. It sounded also like, hey man, I ain't working with a lot here, so let's
Yeah,
calm down. Let's not set the. It's almost like he's trying to say, don't set the expectation too high for me either.
right.
You got James Harden. I don't think he's getting the most out of those guys though. Tobias and it could be on them, but Tobias Harris, he's just not doing what Tobias Harris is getting paid to do at all.
Yeah,
He's a scorer, so if he's not scoring, he's not doing anything else that's worth the money they're paying him.
right.
So I don't like Tobias Harris. Got to pick it up. Got to figure something out. Tyrese Maxey, on the other hand, dude's really stepped up, played some big
Mhm.
minutes, big roles, big shots. So
And even James Harden, he comes and goes a lot. You know,
yeah, he's streaky. He gets his assists, but he's if he's hot or if he's cold from the three, he's just not going to drive. He's not getting his calls like he used to. They changed some of the rules. They don't get them calls, and ever since then, James Harden's offense has taken quite a dip. Um, Especially because if you're a guy who takes 10 free hits 10 free scores 10 free throws a game, and you're not getting them calls, well, 30 points turns into 20 real quick. And so I don't disagree. I think Joel Embiid has a very strong argument for MVP. I don't think that one game was the argument. That was not the nail in the coffin to close the debate. Like that, that was a great game, and it definitely helped his pitch. If anything, Jokic sitting the last 4 or 5 since playing against the 76ers has definitely helped his bid. But
mhm.
just that one game alone and scoring half your team's points, no, I don't think that's the ceiling factor. But I am Team Embiid over Jokic, if you're wondering.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask you this, right? One player is averaging 33, 10, and 4. The other one is averaging 25, 12, and 10. Just based off those stats, who would you say is having a better season?
Well, you know me, I go scoring every time. It's easier to go from 5 points to 10 points than it is to increase your scoring from 10 to 15, right?
Mm.
Every 5 points gets harder and harder,
Yeah,
right? So even though he's only 8 points ahead of Jokic, those points, 25 to 33, are very hard to get. By the way, they want to talk about, oh, Jokic doing a triple double. First off, he's not even averaging triple double. He's about to get 9.8 assists and misses triple doubles. He didn't even get the triple double for the season. But let's just say he does. Joel Embiid is the only center to lead the league in scoring with, or to have this high of scoring for the season since the merger.
since
So
like
since like Wilt Chamberlain to do
yeah,
this.
yeah.
So I mean, yes, Jokic is doing some historic things, but when you compare Jokic to what he's doing, you have to look at, all right, who are the guys getting triple doubles? Let's see, Ben Simmons, Russell Westbrook. All right, guys I really like, big fans of. Now, who is Embiid in company with this 33 points per game? Who's that? Well, let's see, Kobe, Jordan, James Harden. Just those three. Like that, those since the merger, those are the only three guys that score as many points per game as he is. So I just when you say Kobe, Jordan, and when other guys like Russell Westbrook, it's a big difference.
Oscar Robinson. Oscar Robinson.
True, but I'm talking about in the last whatever since all the NBA rule changes and all this stuff like all the scoring stuff. I'm just saying, yes, he's doing some incredible things. But again, he's not even averaging a triple double, so no, you can't put him with Oscar Robinson.
So I wonder, hypothetically, if you take away the 52, what would his average be? Because look at
It doesn't go up that
that.
much. It goes
Would
up.
it,
It goes up about one. It goes up about
would it drop about?
point 0.75 points per game.
Because two of the 1, 2, 3.
About 0.7 points per game. It goes up about 0.7 points per game is what that does.
So 8 of his last 9, he's had. Well, all right. So 2 of his last 8, he had 52 and 46. Other than that, he's averaging maybe about 24, 25. If you take away the 2, although you can't take them away, of course, but he had 21, 28, 25, 25, 28, 12. And I'm not counting the games he didn't play, of course. But it's interesting. But I do think, the NBA, it's I'm not saying Nurkic is the best, but you can't give it to one guy 3 years in a row. Especially because I think
unless it's unanimous. Like if it's unanimous, this dude is.
I don't think it's unanimous.
Right, as I was saying, it's not unanimous this year. But that's my point. Is like if he was a unanimous MVP, you got to give it to him. You just have to. If he was doing what Russell Westbrook actually did, 30-point triple-double, unanimous. If he was doing what Oscar Robertson did and actually got the triple-double, maybe you give him unanimous. But he's not even the best record in the country. I think he might be tied with Philadelphia, actually.
What a record. Yeah.
Right. And Milwaukee and Boston are both ahead of him. So he's not the leading team. He's not doing the triple-double. He's still short of the triple-double unless he pulls out I don't even know what he had to pull out, like a 20-assist game in his last game or something, like to pull it off. Yeah. And then he's not actually doing the 30-point triple-double like Westbrook did. And there's a big argument that Westbrook didn't deserve it either. But I'm just saying.
I think to that point, though, like with Westbrook, he was like a 6'2", 6'3" guard, averaging triple.
Yeah, but it wasn't just a triple-double. If he had 20, 10, and 10, he would not have won it. I don't think he would have won it. Even as credible as it was, I don't think he would have won it. But averaging 30, 10, and 10, that's what set him apart.
That's what I'm saying. I would say his size had a lot to do because it's like, bro, you're averaging 10 rebounds and you're a 6'2" guard.
It's a long story. There's a long debate, and I'm not saying who is or isn't. Personally, for me, Embiid over Jokic. But I'm just saying also, back to what Doc Rivers said, that game is not the deciding factor. There's more to it than that one game. Jokic still has a strong argument.
Joker, if you win it again, you ain't you if you win it again and you get not even close to the Western Conference Finals this season is, they're just giving it to you at this point. Like, come on, bro. And that's for both of them.
I kind of feel like he's trying to. I kind of feel like sitting in the rest of the season, he's kind of throwing the MVP on purpose. I kind of feel like he is trying to throw it.
Why? Because he don't want that pressure?
No, well, maybe that, but also like he's just tired of like being criticized for having MVPs. I think the Nuggets are going to be great. I think people are not ready for what they're about to do in the playoffs. But I also think Jokic is just like, dude, you know what? Screw your MVP. Like, y'all going to hate on me for winning MVPs. I think he's kind of throwing it, but we'll see. If he still wins it after sitting the last 6 games of the season, all right.